As part of the course, we had to make a set of ancillary texts to accompany the film. These were the film poster and film review. Before I started creating my final poster, I decided to try out a few different designs which I could possibly use. To do this, I used the free downloadable program Paint.net, as I'm fairly confident with this program and I didn't really want to spend ages getting used to a program I've never used before due to the limited time we had to do the tasks. So I used some images I found online and played around with how I positioned them on the poster, trying out a few different designs. The first draft I made was fairly simple, in that it was just two characters' profiles on a basic background with an image of steam rising between them. I kind of liked that this was quite striking, with the emphasis being on the steam which linked to our film's title, but I wasn't completely happy with how this poster looked, and as it was my first try, I decided to practice some more. My second draft was a bit more complex. I wanted to see what it would look like with a factory background, as this is quite an important setting used in our film, and would give viewers a taste of what's to come. I inserted some different pictures I found online, and I decided to add the character of Lenny to this draft, as I felt that it added another dimension to the overall look of the poster. I also really liked the look of the steam behind the title of the film, as I felt that it made it look quite mysterious. I also placed an image of a red money box just behind the femme fatale, as this is a very important prop to our film, and will convey elements of our plot to people looking at the poster. For example, they can see the fact that money plays a central role to our story. After adjusting the colours of this poster to bring out the harshness of the reds, my second draft was finished. After this draft, I now felt confident that I would be able to create a professional looking poster, using this draft as a base for my final layout. So I then attempted my final poster, and I was quite pleased with how it turned out. After researching several different film posters on the market, I tried to incorporate as many vital elements as I could. For the film's credits, I downloaded the font Steel Tongs, as this was very effective in creating the billing block style text seen in real posters. I also found that the film's distribution and production companies are shown next to these credits, and so I inserted the appropriate logos for our film. I then decided to put a coming soon sign at the bottom of the poster, as this will let viewers know that the film is not in cinemas yet. This would hopefully build hype around the film leading up to its release. In regards to the look of the poster, I went for quite a striking look. I edited the photos of the characters by increasing the saturation, which made them stand out more and catch people's eye. The steam shrouding the characters also links with themes in our film, as our plot and characters are also shrouded in mystery. In terms of where we could potentially advertise our poster, I think it could appear on bus stops and in the tube, as these are busy areas which young people use quite often. I also decided to include a website address for our film, and this will hopefully prove to be helpful for our young target audience. I know that many young people my age like to look online for details about a film, visiting the website, watching trailers, sharing links on social media, and reading reviews before they've even watched the film. Therefore, I made sure this component was on my poster, as it's another way to draw in our audience and get our brand out there. This links to the second ancillary text, the film review. Now I myself am a big fan of film reviews, and I often use them to find out which film to watch and which to not. Therefore, I know how important this task is in attracting viewers, and so I tried my best to create one which looked believable, but also kept in line with similar existing products on the market. After looking at TotalFilm.com and Total Film magazine, I decided to recreate my own online review based on a combination of elements from both of these. I like that in the magazine, an image from the film took up a large section of the page, as it grabs the reader's attention. I also like the overall structure of the magazine review, with the film's title, star rating, details and verdict being clearly laid out on the page. So I kept these points in mind as I started to create my own film review. I started by inserting an image of my own onto Paint.net, and I chose this image because although it's very ominous and may make audiences interested in the film, it won't give too much away regarding our plot, as the image is from the opening scene of the film. I then wrote out the film's title underneath the image, making it bold and easy to read. I also wrote out an original title for our company, naming it Screen. Then, as I liked the idea of including social media on my review, I inserted a social media bar, which I used directly from totalfilm.com. But I swapped the words Total Film for Screen, reinforcing the company's brand. I then created my own pretend site navigator to make it seem more like a website. After this, I created a brief plan for the review itself, marking out where I wanted each section of text to go. When I was writing the body of the review, I wanted to be quite objective and make it seem like I was actually critiquing the film in an honest way. But I did end up writing in a fairly positive tone, using descriptive and metaphorical language to keep the reader engaged. As well as the film poster and review, we decided to quickly put together a short trailer for the film. And although it may not be perfect, it gives us an extra product which, in combination with the ancillary tasks, gives us a good idea as to what our advertising and brand would be like if we were able to really launch the film. So, by the end of this process, I have gathered a selection of texts which I feel have not only complemented my final film, but improved my media skills overall.